PPL fans, here we are for week 1, and we are going up against JV, coach of the Atlanta Victinis. Jay's team is absolutely terrifying. It is on the bottom of your screen, and it consists of Greninja, Baxcalibur, Volcarona, Serena, Sandy Shocks, Uxie, Muck, Tauros, Wigglytuff, Articuno, Galarian Form, Electrode, and Orthworm. His team is super scary, so let's go ahead and jump right into the build. First thing I'm bringing is Sneasler with the Grassy Seed Unburdened set. This set is able to set up and sweep his entire team with the Grassy Seed Unburdened. With Grassy Seed in this bulk, I'm able to take 2 Choice Banded Ice Shards from Baxcalibur. I'm also able to tank a plethora of physical hits from things such as the Serena, the Tauros, the Muck, and the Orthworm. With the coverage moves of Close Combat, Acrobatics, Night Slash, and Rock Slide, I'm able to clean up his team very late game once everything has taken a little bit of chip. The next Pokemon on the team is going to be Zoroark. I want to disguise my Zoroark as Sneasler because he does not have the best Dark Resist. His best Dark Resist is Alolan Muck, and I personally don't think it's going to be coming to this game. On top of that, Zoroark has phenomenal power this game because one of his best checks to Sneasler is actually Tauros. Since Tauros is one of his best Dark Resists as well, he can switch in expecting the Sneasler to go for Close Combat, take a Dark Pulse, and do about 30%, and then with the Expert Belt, Psychic actually KOs max HP Tauros. Once that thing is out of the way, as long as there's no other shenanigans going on, Sneasler can just win. The next Pokemon I wanted to talk about was Thwackey. Thwackey sets up my Grassy Surge and my Grassy Terrain for my Sneasler to be able to win. But this also serves as a great check to Baxcalibur. With the Terra Steel type and knockoff U-Turn and Woodhammer, this Pokemon is able to wall Baxcalibur pretty well throughout the entire game, especially if it's a setup variant. If it's not a setup variant, it means that it won't be able to break me very easily, and I know that it'll come in, click an attack, and switch out. This also provides me with really good pivoting to bait in the Volcarona, which is one of the biggest threats for my team in my opinion. So the check that I have for Volcarona is going to be Rotom Heat with the Lagging Tail. This defensive investment allows me to take pretty much any hit that Volcarona wants to go for. With Volt Switch, Overheat, and Nightshade, I'm able to always stop it from setting up even if it goes behind a sub, because Nightshade will always do 100 damage and break the sub. But the real key to this is forcing him to take a recovery turn and then trick him my Lagging Tail. If he has heavy duty boots, I will then have a Rotom Heat with heavy duty boots, which is phenomenal, but he will also be forced to go last because of the Lagging Tail, meaning that I can clean it up very easily with my Sneasler, whether or not it has its Unburdened boost popped. Next up, we have Vaporeon. This is going to be my basic check to everything that sets up on his entire team, whether that is Greninja with Swords Dance, Baxcalibur with Dragon Dance or Swords Dance, Quiver Dance Volcarona, Bulk Up Tauros, Curse Muck, Calm Mind Uxie, you name it, I'm able to go ahead and click Haze and get rid of it. He also just doesn't really have the easiest ways of breaking it unless he brings Electrode, and let's face it, if he brings Electrode, I'm happy he brought an Electrode. The last Pokemon on the team is going to be Iron Treads. This is a very speedy set to be able to outspeed Sandy Shocks. With Knockoff, Rapid Spin, Body Press, and Stealth Rock, I'm able to get up rocks very easily, knock off some items, and do some good chip damage with Body Press. I have the Citrus Berry because if I'm able to tank a Glaive Rush into another Glaive Rush from Baxcalibur, the Citrus Berry actually guarantees that. Same thing with Loaded Dice Icicle Spear. This also means that 2 Body Presses from Orthworm does not KO me with the Citrus Berry, whereas with leftovers, it's a roll. The main 6 I'm expecting to see from Jay are Greninja, Baxcalibur, Uxie, Tauros, Volcarona, and Orthworm. I'm expecting Orthworm to be Terra Ghost, if anything, but if he decides to bring his Articuno, then that could be Terra Fighting. That's what I'm expecting from the team builder. Let's go ahead and hop over to the battle. And here we are with the battle, and he has a very different team from what I was expecting. Dear Lord. He has a very different team from what I was expecting. No Uxie is wild. No Tauros is insane. No Articuno is nuts. He did bring the Volk, though. Okay. Essentially, if I'm able to get up the Grassy Seed, I could be in a really good spot. I just need to be safe. My designated lead is going to be Monkey. Because I think it gains me a lot of momentum. I'm expecting it to be Terra Orthworm. Terra Ghost, more than likely. Also, this needs to be last in my party. Okay. Here we go. PPL week 1. I am super nervous. I am very nervous. Yep, this is kind of the lead I was expecting. I'm going to Terra Steel immediately and click U-turn. This does a handful of things for me. Gets my steel typing up so I don't have to worry about backs. I will resist Ice Beam if he goes for that. If he goes into Muck, I can play around that pretty well. I would more than likely go into my Vaporeon or my Rotom. I just need to be careful. That's all. I'm a little bit worried. Okay, so he hard switches. Does he go directly into the Volk? Earthworm. This is okay. Yep, this is fine. So I get my Terra Steel Monkey. And you know, part of me wants to go into Zoroark, but another part of me just really wants to go into this and force the Terra. Because I'm very much expecting Terra Ghost. And because I will outslow this thing because of the lagging tail. Ooh. Goes into shocks. How much do I take from Power Gem? I do take 1, and Overheat does a crap ton to this thing. So I'm clicking Overheat. I want the damage. Goes for rocks, that's cool. I can spin very easily, at least in this early game. 53 to 63 depending on investment. Yep. Looks like it's just standard offensive. And now what I'm going to do, expecting the Power Gem or something along those lines, I'm going to go directly into my Iron Treads. I do outspeed this thing. There's no world where they should click Earth Power against me. And if I can get a spin off, I'm in a very good spot. If I can get a spin off, I'm in a very good spot. Volt Switch, cool. Grassy Terrain Recovery, he'll get some. Now, if he's offensive with Earth Power, it does kill me, but I can still get the Rapid Spin off. He's revealed Volt Switch, Stealth Rocks. We get the spin off here, which is really good. This is fine. I'm fully expecting Terra Ghost here. Fully expecting Terra Ghost. He might go for Iron Defense first. which... Body press is less than 57. Goes right for the body press. Holy Jesus, that did a lot because he got a crit. I kind of want to go right for the overheat. Actually, no, I go into this. Because I can wish this up later. And if he tries to set up on me, I can use this to kind of just deter it. Go for surfs. Spread some damage around. Switching. Goes into backs. Cool. That's fine. I go for a haze. Let's see if he tries to set up in my face. If he goes right for a glaive rush, it's gonna hurt, but okay, so he does hard switch back out. I assume he's gonna go into shocks. Goes into muck. Interesting. This is one of the few things I need chipped. That did 0. Go for a wish. I'm just trying to get this thing healed up. I know he's probably going to be poison touch, so it's only a matter of time. But I also want to get this thing chipped down so that way it dies to a CC. Because as of right now, everything dies to either CC or another coverage move. What does he go into? Shocks? Backs. Fine. Take a little bit of chip. Not much, but a little bit. Okay. Now that I'm back up to a good amount of health, I'm gonna go into monkey. Glaive rush. This does 0 to me. 210 is what it took me down to. Did 39%. It looks like a lot. Yeah, he's banded. Yeah, he's jolly banned. Which makes it a little bit easier to deal with, because now what I can do is I can go for a Terra Steel and do a good chunk of damage to pretty much anything. Even if he wants to go into the Volcarona, yeah. See how much this does. What should we be doing? 16 to 19? Yep, does about that. Okay. Keep this thing alive. We go directly into Rotom. And I'm going to get rid of this lagging tail now. He could go for a U-turn here. That'd be a little bit less than ideal. But if he goes for a quiver, that would be cool. Go for a quiver. Yep. Cool. Swan. Regular Terra Blast at +1. Normal does 40% maximum. Take this lagging tail, my guy. Okay, that's fine. Actually, that's even more fine. Because now this thing goes last, I can overheat it. It's got light clay. Interesting. I'm gonna go for an overheat. Goes for rocks, that's cool. You guys want to see kind of like a alpha male play? I'll take it back now. Like, even if he sets up a screen, I don't really care. Because I don't think he has power gem. So now we'll go for a Nightshade. I don't care what he does to set up. Like, I genuinely don't. Because with Nightshade, that means that the Volcarona can't set up on me anyway, even with, like, light screen and whatnot. If the Orthworm comes out, I might... Okay, so he goes back into backs. I need rocks up. Since I know this thing is banded, I know that my my thing is good. Pointed stones, go for a glaive rush. Cool. Cool. We'll get up the stealth rocks. No, what we're gonna do is we're gonna go for knock. Next turn. Get rid of whatever item this thing has. If it's Culber Berry, I don't care. I will take your item, good sir. You go for Iron Defense, that's fine. He's not Culber, what was he? Safety Goggles. Interesting for Spore. Do live that, and I get my Citrus Berry back, which is good, so I can come back in later and I can spin. Do this. Now Baxcalibur can no longer switch into this thing easily. I'm almost to the point where my Sneasler can sweep. I'm gonna go for a Wish first, I think. Do I go for a Wish or do I go for a Surf? If I go for Wish... Yeah, I go for Wish. Max comes back in. So here's the interesting thing about what's about to happen. Since I know he's banded, if he goes for a Glaive Rush, Surf is going to do 30%, and I'm going to be at full. I am so close to being able to sweep with Sneasler. Okay. See what he does. Goes for the EQ. That's totally fine. Earthquake does less than 50% to me, so I can fire off a Surf here and get a little bit more chip. And if he wants to pull the switch into Muck, that thing will take Rocks plus a Surf. If he wants to go into Earthworm, that thing is going to take Rocks plus a Surf. Gren. It's Boots. And Reflect is gone. So Choice Specs Protean Grass Knot does 56 to 66. Let's get a Wish up first. Goes for a Spike. Okay. I'm okay with this. If he goes for another one, he loses his Gren. Whatever comes in has to take a Surf. If it's backs, it takes Spikes. Or it takes Rocks. If it's Earthworm, he's losing his Spinner. I need chip on the Earthworm. That's the only thing I need chip on. Muck. Perfect. I would prefer chip on this thing over everything else, because then I can bring in my Zoroark to just be annoying. I'm gonna go for Surf again. This thing is definitely AV. Goes for Drain Punch. Does nothing. I'm just gonna keep clicking Surf. I want to chip everything. And if he ends up letting stuff get weakened into range of Zoroark in this process, then that's even better. Because the second I bring that in, I click Dark Pulse and I claim one. I also just realized I had my AC going this whole time. You guys probably could have heard that in the background. That's unfortunate. Surf. Drain Punch again. Okay, he finally gets the Poison Touch. I'm gonna Wish up. I'm trying to think of how I want to get into an offensive position, because part of me wants to go into Sneasler real quick. Part of me wants to goes back into Gren. I unfortunately have to click Protect here, but he has revealed Spikes. So I can Wish this thing back up later. I'm gonna get this thing. I'm gonna get this thing in and healed up. I might regret that later on, but he's not Specs. Goes for the Pulse. Should be able to tank one. Yep, and then I get a Wish back. Which is good. And now I can U-turn. Goes for U-turn himself. If he goes into... Ooh. This This is kind of what I wanted. I'm gonna go into this. I don't care how obvious this is. And I'm clicking Dark Pulse. The second I click Dark Pulse on this and he lets me have a little bit of chip on it, I can win with my actual Sneasler. Let's see if he gives it to me. Nope, he's going to go into Muck, which is okay. Because it is going to take Stealth Rocks, Dark Pulse, U-turn. Cool. I think I just go back into Vape. Or do I go into this? I'm gonna go into this. Because if he goes for a poison type attack here, expecting Vaporeon, goes for Drain. Ugh. Unfortunate. Party wants to go into this and click Overheat. Because I'm getting to the point now to where I just need the damage on this, bring in Zoroark first, reset Grassy Terrain, and then I can win. But I can also just do this and click Surf until I die. Because now that he doesn't have Grassy Terrain, next time I can go into... Or, I'm sorry. Now that he won't be gaining that much health back, I can go into Zoroark next time and click U-turn. And it should kill. Oh, I died of poison. I always forget that leftovers goes last. Grass disappeared. Perfect. That's how I do it. Actual Sneasler. And I think I'm going to click Rock Slide. Rock Slide definitely kills them versus Orthworm. Neutral. It'll take... No, I didn't want to click that. Oh, that's less than ideal. The reason why I didn't want to click that is because if he went into Orthworm, I basically gained nothing from the turn. Okay. Keep taking that Stealth Rocks, please. I know he's going to go for Body Press here. I do this. Oh, I live this. That's great. Because now I click overheat and everything dies except for Gren. So I think I might click Volt Switch instead, but then this thing dies to rocks anyway. I'm gonna go for overheat. He might. He has to be careful of Thunderbolt though if he goes hard into Gren. I don't think he'll do it. I don't think he'll go hard into Gren. Does save this. Goes into backs. Okay. Thing dies. Should have died. I guess I just go for it again. Not much I could really do about that. Goes for the glaive. How much should I do with Dark Pulse? Dark Pulse doesn't kill, but U-turn. Oh wait, it does kill because he did Glaive Rush. It does kill because he went for Glaive Rush. Dark Pulse. I'm kind of hoping he goes into Orthworm, if I'm being honest with you. Like, he might, since I've made it very obvious that he's banded, but he doesn't. He's smart. I hate when Jay is smart. I hate when Jay is smart. Okay, so he goes into Gren. He's gone for a U-turn. Trying to think of how I can win this. This is getting very difficult. Part of me is hoping that he doesn't go for U-turn and that he goes for like Ice Beam or something. Hydro. It sucks. This is going to do a lot. Yeah. So. I have to hope he misses, essentially. And he hits. Okay. So. I'm popping this now. In my mind, you have to save this. In my mind, you have to save this. And 2 Night Slashes has a chance to take out Terra Ghost Orthworm. I kind of have to go for it, don't I? have to. Oh, he stayed in. That sucks, and I get the crit. Well, let's see if he's shuriken. He could be. Spikes, U-turn. Nope, no shuriken. Okay. So he got up stealth rocks and a spike. That's 61. At 18%, I do live. I live a body press. I don't live a heavy slam. I actually do think there's still a way that I can win this. Goes for the heavy slam. I need a flinch. Maybe two. If I clicked CC with Sneasler instead, I would have been fine. I need to think about those plays, because if I clicked CC and killed it, I'd be at neutral defense. Heavy slam would have done. I know what my plays are. I have to click dark pulse and go for flinches, so I'm just gonna think about if I choked super bad or not, which I think I did. Nah, heavy slam would have two-shot me. Okay, Zorak. Show me why you're one of my favorite Pokemon. Give me a flinch. Zorak. Buddy. Zorak? You're my favorite Pokemon. You're my favorite Pokemon in Unite. I'm a Zorak main. We're best friends. Just give me the... No. GG's to Jay, man. I don't know if I made a huge misplay or not, because Heavy Slam did 50 to 59. Which... I would have taken one... And then two Night Slashes might have killed it. I don't know. It's close. But either way, it would have ended up in the exact same scenario where if it killed me, I would have gone into Zoroark. So maybe I could have played that a little bit better in the end game, but ultimately it was still a great game. Super fun. I hope you guys did enjoy. If you did, please make sure you leave a like down below, and I will see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.